So I found out more information about the bagpiper who died in a Hawaii scuba diving incident, and then his son's skeletal remains were found in his backyard. If you didn't see my last video, this is 74-year-old Henry France. He is a lawyer in the Decatur, Georgia area. He's also a beloved community bagpiper that would play at a lot of the events around there. While in Maui recently, he passed from a scuba diving accident. I have more information on that in just a minute. Upon the family trying to sort out his affairs because his wife had passed in 2018, they find his son's skeletal remains in the treehouse in the backyard. This son had been missing for 4 years prior to this. Now, as I said, Henry's wife died in 2018. Henry was a lawyer. His son, which I have not confirmed yet about whether or not he was living in his house with him, apparently left his house one day and just never returned. What's even more wild is that a missing persons report was never filed. Now, this is his son, and he was 28 when he was missing. This is their home. This is the wife, the son, and the father. And this is Rebecca, one of the sisters. Now, what I don't know is if there was any sort of history of substance abuse or getting into trouble with the son, and maybe that's why they didn't think to look at him, if this was habitual behavior for him to just disappear. I'm in no way accusing the father of doing something to the son, but there's still so many unanswered questions. I did find the house, which there's also a picture listed on multiple sources. And then I did look up the road because I'm thinking if there is a body that has passed in a treehouse in the backyard, why is there nobody smelling any of like the rotting or anything like that? So I'm like, well, maybe there's lots of land around it. Well, I look up the road. There's really not a lot of spaces between the house. So I'm really not sure how the father, how the neighbors, or if there was anybody that did lawn care, never smelled anything. Also, one of the daughters does say that her dad led a very active lifestyle and everybody lived out of state, so they didn't really go see him a lot. He was an attorney by day, father to 5 children, amateur fossil hunter, and apparently on his scuba diving trip in Maui on March 10th when he passed, he was reportedly expressing exhaustion before he disappeared. Then a first responder located him 20 feet offshore and they were not able to save him. This is still pending autopsy and toxicology results. Now, apparently most of the son's remains were skeletal, but there was some tissue. So I imagine there's going to be lots of tests that we're still waiting on answers for, but make sure to favorite and follow this video because I will be doing some lives about this. I still have so many questions. If his son went up there of his own accord and did some substance that caused him to pass, was there really no stench that anybody could detect? Why was he never reported missing? And just so many more.